Covering a lock condition.
The one between lock condition.
Affirmative.
Missile and inbound AC.
Affirmative.
Pressurization complete.
Delay for 3 out of 19. Make a right turn off 19.
Hey all, I thought I'd give you a quick rundown of my track, Nazca, that was released through F.T.F.T Records on the 23rd of October. Just to let you know that at the end of this video, the link to download the stems will be in the description below. Just make sure that you follow the link. And yeah, all the stems should be for free. So if you want to make your own remix or play around with the project file, that should be available to you. So let's get to it. So first of all, like any track, the biggest part of the track or the basis of it is really the kick. So making sure you have the right kick is really imperative to make sure that your track really glues together. So for this, I actually tend to use kind of the same kicks most of the time. However, for this one, I actually layered from 3 kicks, actually. So we have a listen to that one. That's kick 1, which is more of a click. Another one which is more of a click. And if we look further up, and just let's solo this particular band over here, we can actually have a look that the main kicks are actually down the bottom here. So we have this kick, which is kind of like a, I guess I call it a faded kick, which I'm using kind of towards the breakdowns, and the main kick down the bottom here, which is really just one kick. I've removed some of the tail of it and just cut it down. EQ'd it a little bit around 74 hertz, just to give it a little bit more of a snap in the click, and took some of the harsh frequencies out around the 142 mark. So if we look further down this project, we have the sub bass. As you can see from the pattern on the sub bass, it's actually quite long notes. So the one thing you need to be aware of is that when you're making a track with a kind of a snap kick, you want to make sure you kind of use maybe a bass that's a little bit longer to kind of complement that. Vice versa, if your kick has a longer tail, you probably want to use a bass line that's like a little bit shorter. Otherwise it can sound kind of weird as well. So if we listen to them together, where is it? Here and here. Oops. It actually tends to sit quite well in the mix. So we look at some of the other elements. We've got the bass line. The main bass line basically is the main riff that's actually playing along. There's actually exactly the same keys as the sub, except 1 octave higher. So, and that's more of a moog bass that I ended up using, I believe, through Serum that I created. So if we listen to it all together. So that's really kind of your low end. The other thing that I should mention is really make sure that you mono your kick, and ideally you want to use a kick that's in the same key of the song. It really does make a huge difference when you're putting your track together. We've also got some toms here that actually give the track a little bit more groove. So we play them all together with bass, and also some hi-hats as well. So let's remove the hi-hats, just hear the toms. Oops. There you go. We've still got that one little click hi-hat that I've left in there, I think, in that group, but it's kind of give you an idea how much that tom's actually cutting through. And then with the rest of the percussion as well. Now the main ups actually were created in pigments, I believe. There's actually two layers, and then a third layer that sits kind of on top of it. So if I play all the ups together, you can have a listen to how they sound. So we've got this one, which is kind of like, I guess I call it a driving up. It's just playing the same root note of the track. It really helps the up kind of come alive on that lower octave. And this is the main up sound that's coming through. And that's the other kind of sits over the top of it. So all together in the track, they kind of sound like this. So very simple, nothing drastic over there, just a little bit of EQ, some reverb, and a little bit of OTT. I've also used AutoPan to basically give the sound a little bit more stereo width and actually make it sound as if the ARP is actually bouncing from left to right. If we have a look at the patch, I believe this is a Production Music Live patch. Yeah, it is. So I think I just tweaked it a little bit. I didn't do a hell of a lot to it. It actually sounded quite well as a raw patch. So I've got that. And then if we look further down, we've got some strings, and as you can see, we're doing a lot of automation there with the filter cutoff. Just a little bit of reverb and some echo to kind of fill in some of those frequencies. The lead we've got there, and then we've got the vocals. Ideally, the vocals in this part. Very simple. I think it's just from a sample pack from Splice, I believe. So very simple. I just thought it gave the track a lot of groove, and it really kind of matched the mood of the track, which is kind of going for that kind of really lo-fi melodic house sort of vibe. Sort of the thing you would listen to on a Sunday afternoon by the beach, I guess. So it's a bit of a behind the scenes look at how the track was put together. As I mentioned before, you will be able to download this project file from the link below. So just make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and make sure you follow me on Instagram and on Spotify. I'll try to do this as I release new songs, for all the people that might be interested in seeing how things are put together. I'll be able to put the stems for everyone to kind of just play around with them and see what they can do. So yeah, until next time, signing out.